Nevada County, dozens of pigs and hundreds of chickens have been seized from two farm supply stores. Animal control officers say many of the birds were sick and on the verge of starvation.
The owners of Simply Country are defending their reputation, saying the county is inaccurate in their assessment of the animals' conditions. We have Doug Johnson with more from Rough and Ready.
This all started with Miss Cleo, this piglet, who was being picked on by other pigs in her litter. Brothers and sisters who'd been biting her ears.
Got chewed on a little bit by other pigs that were in the pen with it, so it'd been bullied a bit. It was separated. It had been treated.
Regardless, a customer bought Cleo from Simply Country, a farm supply company in Rough and Ready, and immediately took her to a veterinarian.
Ears needed to have amputations, and she's had follow-up care every other day.
After seeing Cleo, Nevada County Animal Control did a welfare check on all animals at Simply Country, discovered what they're calling disturbing conditions for many of the chickens.
In various stages of starvation, some were in the process of dying, and those birds did have to be euthanized on site.
We're a generational business. It is not in our best interest to have something like this occur. In fact, we go to great lengths to not have these things occur.
Kurt and Nick Chittock are the owners of Simply Country, who stressed they voluntarily gave the county custody of the animals. Both father and son say they're cooperating with the county, but question its assessment, claiming animal control officers inspected their two stores just a few days before the animals were taken.
And both times they said everything's fine, there's no problem.
But animal control officers say they did not inspect the birds on previous visits, and it was the conditions in a back building, not open to the public, which convinced officers they needed to be taken away.
So we did find piles of deceased birds with some birds in various stages of dying on top of them. So it was a pretty bad scene.
In total, around 360 live birds were taken, with 31 of those later dying. And the county says 58 dead birds were also found on the property, their bodies scattered among the living birds. However, the Chittocks tell a different story, claiming some of those dead chickens were taken by the county out of barrels, where the carcasses were going to be burned.
So when birds do expire and they die, they're dumped into these piles to then be incinerated.
Those two versions of the story soon likely to go before a judge. Animal Control says it is filing charges against the store.
Down the road, if there's a conviction, then they won't be allowed to harbor or maintain animals.
In Rough and Ready, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Thank you, Doug.